A man obsessed with the desert. A desert that couldn't care less about the man. An unemployed camera dude, desperate for water.
Finger on it. Starts and stops. No, this does. The red button starts and stops.
Stone Canyon Adventures presents Stone Canyon in Waterpocket Fold.
Hi, I'm Stone Canyon. Welcome to Stone Canyon Adventures. In the first half of this episode, we took you to one of the most remote and awesome places in the deserts of North America called the Waterpocket Fold. It's a 100-mile-long fold in the Earth's crust located in southeastern Utah, USA. We affectionately refer to it as the Fold. We saw lots of interesting things like an old dynamite case, a rare cactus, and a jug-handle arch. We also learned a lot about how mankind has influenced this desert over the years. My impressionist cameraman, Dusty Drinkwater, and I will be continuing our fun and informative tour of this amazing area while our camp cook, Pyle, keeps our camp in order. Do an impression for him, Dusty.
Throw me a bone, Stone. You know, you're not quite evil enough. You're like the Diet Coke of evil. You're quasi-evil.
We'll continue our explorations at the Post, work our way further down the Grand Gulch to various overlooks and the fantastic Halls Creek Narrows, and finish where the fold disappears into Lake Powell. As we go, we'll likely see more cool things, from Native American artifacts to the most advanced of today's technology. This desert is fascinating because you never know what you're going to come across. So let's get back out there and see what other strange and beautiful things await us as we explore the Waterpocket Fold. Back to the Post and the No Tom Road, where Tom Cruise movies are banned. As we continue on this road, we actually exit the national park and go on to Bureau of Land Management, or BLM lands, to gain access to various overlooks and trails that lead into Grand Gulch. Deer Point, a prominent landmark, can be seen from just about anywhere along this rim. We continue to the Halls Creek Overlook Road. When we reach the Halls Creek Overlook, we get a good view of Brimhall Double Arch in the red Wingate sandstone mass across Halls Creek in a white wine sauce. You can get to it by descending the trail that drops off the rim into Grand Gulch. Once you get down into the creek bed, it's basically a trailless route to the mouth of the canyon containing the arch. Brimhall is the largest known arch in the southern half of the fold. There are several other nice arches in this area. Visit the Stone Canyon website for information on how to find all the arches in this fantastic maze of rocky water pockets. We looked down canyon from the overlook to see the Red Slide. It's a massive red rock and mud slide. During the last ice age, the rock and mud up on the fold became so saturated with water that it gave way, creating the huge slide. Today, we see quite a few standing rocks on the slide. They're created when part of the slide is eroded away and the harder rock sitting on top of it resists the erosion, creating a pedestal for itself. Kinda like Madonna and Britney Spears.
Huh, what are you kidding? Yeah, I put her on a pedestal and then I made her change the light bulb. Oh.
Next morning, we stocked the backpacks and dropped into Grand Gulch via an extremely difficult route. At one point, Halls Creek cuts deeper and deeper into the Navajo sandstone until it finally draws blood at the Halls Creek Narrows. Once you get down into the bottom, it's pretty easy walking for miles and miles all the way to the biggest water pocket, Lake Powell. We're in the Narrows. It's a beautiful, serene place. There's usually water down in here because the hot sun can't get into the canyon bottom. The creek flows at least some water for most of the year. Sometimes it'll be necessary to wade through part of the Narrows because they're filled with water and the canyon walls are so close together, there's no way around getting your feet wet. This canyon is full of really cool stuff. Literally cool in the summer, when for most of the day one is in the shade down in here. There are a lot of tadpoles and frogs here. Hey, there's a tiny fish, Dusty. These fish and frogs can live through a complete drought when there's no freestanding water in this canyon, as they hide in the sand. For more on how these animals survive here, check out our website. Usually there is flowing water in this canyon, and it really feels good on a hot day.
Yeah, Stone Canyon Adventures! Yeah!
Well, let me tell you something, brother. When 10,000 Stone Canyon crew maniacs come flooding down that canyon, man, you can tell Cactus Jack, the Desert Daffodil, and all the rest of the World Water Finders that the Stone crew will be there, and you'll learn a whole new meaning of the word Waterpocket. Oh, yeah!
The danger of flash floods is extreme during the summer months down in here. Walls of water can show up without warning because the headwaters of Halls Creek are about 20 miles away. It doesn't have to be raining or even thundering in this canyon for a flood to show up. With the steep canyon walls, it's next to impossible to get out of this canyon on short notice.
Stone, I couldn't get out of this canyon with a 2-week notice. I quit.
Again?
Now that we've gotten a feel for this place, we can see there's a lot to be explored. We've seen a bazillion acres of remote country. The scenery is always fantastic in the fold. We found that out right away. And Brimhall Arch was way cool. The way the fold changes with the passing
Stone,
of the...
quick question.
Yeah, what is it, Dusty?
The quick question.
Oh, okay, the quick question. Roll the quick question.
Today's quick question is, how did the water pockets form? A, from the wind blowing sand and grinding out holes in the rock. B, erosion from rain running off the slick rock. C, earthquakes. Or D, coyotes digging for water. We'll be back with the answer right after this. The answer is B, erosion from rain running off the slick rock. Water can't soak into the slick rock, so it runs off in torrents and carves out the water pockets. Even though they try to dig out pack rats for dinner, coyotes can't be blamed for digging that much.
Let's go see what strange things await us as we explore the Waterpocket Fold.
Halls Narrows has some nice overhangs and amphitheaters, like this one. It also has hanging gardens created by seeps that come out of the rock faces. When water seeps through sandstone and hits a harder layer or finds a crack, it flows along it and comes out at the cliff face, watering the hanging gardens. It's like a natural sprinkler system. We found these desert spiny lizards under a cottonwood tree. One of them has had its tail bitten off, maybe by a coyote. We weren't sure if they were courting or just playing.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Hey, what do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do? Hey, look, Stone. Raccoon tracks.
Yeah, must be Rocky Pyle's cousin, Rocky Raccoon. I wonder what he eats down in here.
Must be beans if he's Rocky's cousin.
We started heading out of the Narrows to explore the slick rock of the fold and came across evidence of ancient peoples. We found evidence that, evidently, people have been looking for the evidence. This is a stash of archaeological equipment used for excavating archaeological sites. It could be a real archaeologist's stash of tools, but it also could be the work of a criminal. It's highly illegal to remove artifacts from National Park Service lands, but each year we lose a lot to illegal collectors. Even if you find something out there by accident, it's best to leave it in the place you found it. Archaeologists may gain information from the location of the object about how the Fremont people lived. A short distance away, we found more evidence. Here's a beautiful spearhead. We also found a lot of chips, which are flakes left over from the making of arrowheads and spearheads. On the way back to the rim, we saw some excellent cactus flowers.
Ouch.
Once on top, we couldn't help but notice this cool cone up in the fold.
More like a cone head.
Okay, we'll call it Beldar's cone.
Mass quantities of floodwaters form these canyons in beautiful cones. Meh.
We're headed toward the extreme southern end of the Waterpocket Fold. On the way, we found this gopher snake. Kinda looks like Rocky's pet snake, Frank. We noticed that he had a grasshopper or something he had just eaten sticking out of his neck.
Stone, do snakes have necks?
Snakes are necks.
Say, that's some super slick neck skin you got there. Snaky?
The lower end of the Grand Gulch is now under Lake Powell and is called Halls Creek Bay. We put our boat in at Bullfrog Marina for the boat ride over to the fold. The part of the fold above Halls Creek Bay is incredibly intricate. There are at least 2 large natural arches. This one is the easiest to get to. Another one is further down the bay and is excellent too. Halls Creek Bay has numerous coves which result from the watercourses coming off the Waterpocket Fold. This is some of the best houseboat mooring on the entire lake. There are sandy beaches, good fishing, and excellent hiking in the fold with easy access. We saw this family of loons while we set up camp.
I guess you could say it was a lunar landing. I guess you could say we were watching Looney Tunes.
Okay, that's enough.
We'll be checking out more folded rock masses as we explore.
Stone?
Yeah, what is it, Dusty?
I think I smell beans. Rocky must have dinner ready.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, hey, Dusty. How you doing?
Hungry. What's for dinner?
Oh, Frank and beans.
You mean Franks and beans, don't you?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Franks and beans.
Hey, where's your snake, anyway?
Oh, you mean, old Frank?
Yeah.
I don't know.
As we continue exploring the fold, we'll see more of fabulous Lake Powell. I think I'll try to catch some fish for Rocky to cook, if he can cook anything besides beans.
Needs more gopher.
We'll be seeing quite a few more water pockets and a large natural arch before it's all over. We're going to try to find the headquarters of an old cattle ranch. It was called the Baker Ranch.
Baker Ranch? No kidding, Stone. It's about 100 degrees up there right now.
Oh, don't worry, Dusty. We're going to take lots of water.
The old ranch site is supposed to be at the upper end of Halls Creek Bay, about a mile from Lake Powell. We looked for it, but it seems to have completely disappeared into the desert. Our goal was to reach this arch in a slot canyon on the fold. We found these cool water pockets behind the arch where we could take a breather from the heat. It's amazing how much cooler it is near the water pocket than it is just 10 feet away on the slick rock. These cairns, or rock markers, were apparently marking a trail on the slick rock, maybe to an arch or perhaps over the fold. However, it was July and it was getting really hot, so we had to turn around and get off the fold.
Nothing says loving like a fold in the oven.
It's possible to hike up Grand Gulch from the lake about 4.5 miles to the mouth of Miller's Creek. About 1.5 miles up canyon, it opens up into a giant amphitheater with fantastic cliffs and narrows. There's a potential for arch discoveries and who knows what else. We've talked to explorers who have been, quote, confused and stymied by its upper reaches. It's like Marshall Mathers trying to figure out who the real Slim Shady is.
Stone, are those M&Ms?
No, it says they're Slim Shadys.
Will the real Stone Canyon please shut up?
The Native Americans in this area call Waterpocket Fold the land of the sleeping rainbow because of the many beautifully colored rocks that make up its towering spine of slick rock. This beautiful rainbow we woke up to reinforced the idea. Let's take a boat ride all the way around the end of the fold to Long Canyon. It's an excellent place for houseboats. As we arrived at the mouth of the canyon, we noticed someone had written on the canyon wall, "Please don't deface the rocks so that others can see the fantastic beauty of the fold as it plunges into the lake." A few hundred yards up canyon from the lake is this fantastic grotto with a spring of drinkable water coming right out of the rock. This rock on the wall of the grotto looks like an eagle's head. At the top of the grotto was a cove with more springs and a water pocket. We found little fish in here, shad from Lake Powell. Good place to catch some bait for catching the big fish in the lake. On the way back, we decided to relax and drop a hook.
Stone, are you awake? Hey, everybody. Stone couldn't catch a cold. He's been fishing that water for days and he hasn't caught a thing. Oh, okay, he's waking up. Stone, check this out.
Yeah, I know, Dusty, all that water. Don't you ever think about anything but water?
Nah, boss, the plane.
Oh, cool, that's like an albatross, Dusty. What an awesome way to see the Waterpocket Fold. Imagine the arches we could find with that thing. Get a shot of those hangers under the wings for personal watercraft. Maybe someday we could persuade them to take us for a ride. But for now, we need to get back to the tent.
As we've seen, the Waterpocket Fold has many features you have to look hard to find. The best way to see the fold is to go there, but if you can't, Stone Canyon Adventures is the next best thing. From the looks of it, we think there's a lot more strange and wonderful things to be discovered out there. It was really a fun and awe-inspiring trek, right, Dusty?
I want to go back to why.
What?
No, why? Why Arizona?
Oh, no, I'm not going there again. Until next time, remember, always carry plenty of water, even if you're going to the Waterpocket Fold.